I think that the strategic position that Nigeria holds in Africa is one major reason why Nigeria does need a special attention with a special envoy. This is a nation that's very rich. It's a nation that would reduce the burdens of America if it is properly harnessed. It will help the other African countries. This is a nation with the largest number of intellectuals in Africa who are serving all over the world and doing excellently well. But it has been bedeviled, and over time, the structures of democracy that ought to strengthen the nation internally have been weakened. If you look at the geography of the killings from the beginnings of Boko Haram, and even before that, you would have noticed that the killings are systematic, they're deliberate, they're calculated, and those carrying out are well trained. Everybody knows that they are trained either by Al Qaeda or by ISIS. Everybody knows that they are well armed. They kill soldiers, they kill security forces, they overrun villages, they overrun towns even, and control local governments. And it would seem that the government is unable to contain all of it. Let's give credit to President Buhari. His first year, he put in everything to push back the Boko Haram. But in the last 6 months, Boko Haram have come back, and have come back in style. Not too far away, several soldiers, a whole battalion, was chased out. Just 2 days ago, another one has happened. But this would have been okay if that was the only problem. The Fulani herdsmen themselves, the ordinary Fulani we know, do not carry any arms, but now they carry arms. They overrun villages, and they overrun villages in the most inhuman ways. They slaughter. They slaughter children, men, women, everybody. And it's going on, almost unstoppable. My call is that an envoy will stand in a neutral place, but in a place of authority, where he can express himself and put pressure on the government of Nigeria that can do this job, and let them do it. Let them arrest criminals and separate criminality from the generality of the people, from the Fulani people, from human beings. Brothers and sisters, what aches me as a priest is that the people who are being killed are poor people. These are the helpless of the helpless in the society. And you need to just go around and see where Boko Haram or Fulani herdsmen have killed. These people are very, very poor. They are the poor farmers. They are the ordinary poor farmers who are not farming to become millionaires. They are farming just to sell and to eat and to pay school fees for their children. But those are the people who are being killed, and it pains me, because why would a government ignore its poor? The world needs to hear that the poor people are being killed. But not only that, the systematic killing of the poor people right from the Goza Hills, down into the valleys, Chibok, and heading up to the plateau, into the central regions and the riverine areas of the Benue. These are targeted because they are specifically minority areas where Christians are in majority. We need an envoy whose heart and voice will carry the weight necessary to help Nigeria stop the killings of anybody. You can go to Zamfara State, which is again mostly Muslim. Again, these are the poor. I will never forget the picture of the young man who was running away with his family. His wife was carrying the baby, and he was dragging a goat. Just that. That was all they had to live with. These are the poor people. I care for the poor. I care for the lives of any human being. Nigeria should not allow its people to be killed. The excuse that these killers have come from Libya, the excuse that some of these killers were paid from Niger to stop killing, even makes the case worse. Because how would a government not rise on behalf of its people and allow foreigners to come and kill them? We are asking the kind-heartedness of the Americans, the energy, the care and concern for justice, that the democratic principles that America has held, which has spread to Nigeria, should also be strengthened in Nigeria. I will not end my heart in the way I talk without asking for two things. The first one, please, could the narrative that this is a herdsman and farmers clash, could that be changed? Because it's not true. The farmers are sleeping at night and they will be killed. The farmers are on their farms and they will be killed. These are farmers who cannot afford the modern implements of farming. So how could they kill? How could they fight back? They're not fighting back. So it's not a clash, because that narrative blinds the eyes of the international world to do nothing, because they say it's a clash. It is not a clash. It is a systematic killing and wiping away of villages, because when they do, they also stay in the villages and release their cows to destroy the produce of the farms. There are pictures and videos to prove this case. The second thing is, I'd like to invite my friends, please, to stand with me. I appeal to you. There's a 14, 15-year-old girl that's still being held by Boko Haram. Her name is Leah Sharibu. I've met her mother. I don't know how this illiterate woman was able to educate her child to love Jesus. In front of men with guns, murderers, who would release her if only she would deny Jesus as her faith. She wouldn't do that. It's a year now. She's still there in captivity. We appeal. An envoy can follow these cases and correct not only the narratives, but help free people for their belief, to give them their freedom to believe and the freedom, their conscience.